Hey YouTube, it's Coach Tape. I'm back with another unboxing. Tonight I've got an unboxing. It's kind of from the cubicle, but it's mostly from my friend Lee. Lee's got himself a channel. I'll link it down below, but this is for the Dayan Tengyun. This is a cube that I've been wanting to try, but I wasn't quite sure I wanted to buy it. My friend Lee contacted me, said, "Hey Coach Tape, I'm getting the Dayan Tengyun. You want to unbox it and review it on your channel?" Heck yeah, Lee, I sure do. He gave it to me to go ahead and try out. So this is kind of a sponsored video for my friend Lee. First one ever, sort of, except I don't get to keep the cube. He wants it back after I review it. But we're going to go ahead and unbox that, check it out. I've heard lots of good things about the Tengyun, so we're going to check it out, see if it's living up to what people are saying. So let's go ahead and get into the cube. Alright, we are talking about the Dayan Tengyun M. So Dayan, as you all know, real famous for the Zanchi that came out several years ago and was a revolutionary cube. They've fallen off the mountain. They've been trying to come back ever since. They've released multiple Zanchis. They've released all kinds of stuff, and they haven't been successful. But I've heard good things about the Tengyun and that this actually does compete with flagship current puzzles. So let's go ahead and check it out. Nice box, kind of almost like a fabric denim kind of feel, but it's cardboard. Go ahead and slide that off and set that aside. Let's see here on it. Oh, it's a magnetic. That's kind of cool. So we got stuff in the box. Don't really care about that, so we'll go ahead and set that aside. First impression is the cube is very light. I've heard that these are very, very lubey right out of the box. Oh my, yes, just look at all that lube gleaming. My goodness, that is unbelievable. Well, I came prepared because I'd heard that was the case. We'll go ahead and towel that off. I have a feeling that's going to take a while to work out. Man, that is ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. Making a cube that lubey straight out of the box. Man, that's going to be tough to deal with, I think. All right, first impressions. It's got really nice shades. Dayan's always had really nice shades on their stickerless puzzles. And maybe a little loose on the tensions. We'll go ahead and tension it if need be. Alright, first turns. Gotta do a T-perm, of course. Ooh, that is very quiet. And somehow that feels a little scratchy and sandy, despite the fact that it's so heavily lubed. Magnets are pretty much on the light side. That is extremely quiet. That has to be the quietest puzzle, I think, at least among 3x3s I've ever heard. Listen to this. That's like 3 inches from my microphone. Man, and I'll just keep doing T-perms because that's what I do. Do a J in there, so. Boy, that is, you know, right off the bat, that's a nice cube, man. So I have been working on my PLLs. I'm down to, I have like 2 G-perms left. Haven't had a whole lot of time to study and practice lately, but I have been practicing a little bit. But I got a comp coming up. I'm not really trying to learn anything new before the comp. So I'm getting close, almost full PLL. And I know you guys are all worried about that for me, but yeah, I'm getting close. But man, you know, first impressions are that is really nice. It's super quiet. It's like I said, it somehow is a little bit scratchy. Even though it's very heavily lubed, at least on the outside of the puzzle it's lubed. But that's really nice. What about corner cutting? Oh my goodness, that is absolutely effortless corner cutting. This thing is also super, super light. Let's see here, do I have my scale handy? Yeah, I do. Let's go ahead and weigh this bad boy. Forget that flash drive. All right, what are we talking about? Man, ounces? Let's try Let's try grams, people. 77 grams, so very light puzzle. Very, very nice. You know, like I said, very first impressions at least are very positive. That is a very nice puzzle. I don't know, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing T-perms until I don't. Yeah, that's very nice. You know, but first impressions can be misleading. We'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of solves. I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so what are my final thoughts on the Dayan Tengyun? This is a very nice cube, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be my new main. So this, I got some really good times with it. This first solve here is a 22. That's the fastest solve I've ever gotten on video. And performance on this cube is pretty good. Corner cutting is absolutely out of this world. It's amazing, super effortless, wonderful corner cutting. However, the cube is also a little bit slow. Not slow, but slower than a lot of other cubes. And other flagships are faster. And I'm not a super fast cuber, obviously, but I still like having a cube that's just a little bit faster than this. In addition to that, the magnets are pretty weak, and I just need stronger magnets. I like the magnets on the GTS 3M. I like the magnets on my main, which is an MF3RS 3M, to which I added extra magnets to make them stronger. And this one just doesn't have that. They're very light, barely noticeable at all, and it really they need to be stronger. You know, and in addition to that, this cube is extremely light, which on some levels is really good, and on other puzzles that's a nice feature. But on this one, what ends up happening is it feels cheap. It does not feel like a high quality main level flagship type puzzle. It feels hollow, the plastic feels thin, almost a little sharp too, and so you end up with something that just feels kind of cheap. Does not really feel great at all. Well, that's not true. It feels okay, but it doesn't feel like a flagship high-level puzzle. It feels kind of like a cheap budget puzzle, and that's kind of unfortunate. So at the end of the day, it's pretty good in every area other than corner cutting, where it's amazing, and it just ends up not being great. There are better options. You can do better. The GTS 3M is better. The MF3RS3 is better. And there are other puzzles that are better. If you're willing to spend more or even less, there you can get better puzzles. And that's really the bottom line on this one. It's just not as good as it could be, which is kind of a shame. It would be nice to see Dayan really return to the top of the heap again. And they're getting closer. This is a much better puzzle than their other ones, like the Tengyun that they just released a little while ago, and other Zanchis and so on. This one's better than those, but it's still not ready to compete at the highest level with other flagships, and that's really just too bad. I know there are some people that like this as their main. Phil Yu has this as his main, and he's much faster than me, of course. But yeah, for me, it just isn't good enough. And so let's wrap it up. What are the pros are? It is super, super, super quiet. It's the quietest puzzle I've ever used. It's very light, and it has ridiculous corner cutting. On the other hand, out of the box, it's greasy as all heck on the outside of the cube. It's a little bit slow, and I don't have it listed here, but the magnets are a little weak as well. And along with being light, it has a kind of a cheap, hollow feel. And so the bottom line is there are better options. If you're spending $25, there are many better options. If you're spending even less, $10, $15, there are plenty of better options. So nice cube, better options. Also, just as a note, this is why I do my own measurements for these cubes. The size on this is actually 55.5 millimeters, not 55 millimeters like the Cubicle website says. I triple measured it. It's actually 55.5. Just wanted you guys to know that. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I very much appreciate the support. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit subscribe, throw a like down there, toss a comment in. I always appreciate hearing from people that have watched my videos, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.